Hey guys, this is Nick Venom from What a Kayfabe podcast. Hope you guys enjoying this episode. We had a lot of technical issues with Mr. Tomsik. You can see in the video feed that he was glitching out really bad. We do apologize for that. I'm sure he didn't really mean to do that type of stuff. But just bear with us. Also in the video, you'll see my mic arm kind of fell apart. I got a new one coming in pretty soon, but I just want to let you guys know. I hope you still like this video. We put a lot of thought, a lot of effort in this episode. And yeah, so without further ado, here's tonight's new episode of What a Kayfabe podcast.
Four, three. Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the What a Kayfabe podcast, where we have all kinds of good shit going on for you tonight. I am your host, Nick Venom, along with my two good friends, Staggerly Crocker, and the one, the only dashing one, Dan the Man. With us tonight, we have a very special guest on the show. He is the man. He is an outlaw. He's a wanted man. He is none other than the one, the only Micheal Tomsik, my man. Welcome to the show. How you doing tonight, bro?
I appreciate you telling me I'm the most wanted and an outlaw, because that's definitely true. And if you guys are looking, Outlaw Sports Entertainment, Outlaw Talking Trash, let's talk some wrestling tonight. And I take it that one of the hottest topics has got to be Bray Wyatt right now.
Oh, we're definitely going to be talking about that tonight. We're definitely talking about that. The reason why I call you the Wanted Man, because I've been jamming out to a song by Rat called The Wanted Man. And dude, I absolutely love
That's actually one of the songs that I use for my themes. Also, Bon Jovi, Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, not bad at all. So how you doing tonight on this glorious Monday night? Almost say Monday morning.
Well, I appreciate you guys always having me on the show. It's a little bit late for me, to be real honest, because I get up really early in the morning. But I love being on your guys' show, because I think you guys have just like these topics that I love to talk about, and wrestling is actually on one of those top subjects. So,
yeah, but we got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. But one of those things that happened over the weekend, guys, it's an end of an era, because Halloween Ends came out over the weekend, and Dan, well, first of all, before we start the show, Dan, I hear you want to give out a shout out before we get things started. So take it away, bro.
Yes, I do. I want to give a special shout out to Kylie. She's here every week with us, watching and commenting. She says she's in the
everybody.
Want to wish her a speedy recovery, and
no shit.
I hope you start feeling better.
Damn. I wonder what she's in the hospital for, man. That sucks. I hope she's doing okay. Hope everything's great. I hope you're having a great Monday. Stagger, F you, because, with your bad technical issues and whatnot. No, but yeah, so getting started with Halloween Ends. First of all, Micheal, did you watch Halloween Ends?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not really into a whole lot of scary movies. And I didn't really watch Halloween Ends, so that might be not in my forte.
Well, we're going to get that one out of the way, because I'm going to be real with you, and me and Dan are big horror movie junkies. I was actually watching a horror movie today called The Terrifier, which you can check out on Tubi. But over the weekend, I watched the Halloween Ends movie, and it's a bit underwhelming, in my honest opinion. I feel like this movie could have been better, but at the same time, and I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm not going to do that, because we don't do that type of stuff. Unless, it is what it is.
It turns out it's Austin Powers in The Mask.
Yeah, it turns out Austin Powers is the guy behind Michael Myers. So, that's what happened. I gave it a 6 out of 10, only because of the fact that you had Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers fight scene, because they always have it in almost all the Halloween movies. But I feel like this is a way to go, especially for Jamie Lee Curtis, because she's like, at this point, this is my last movie doing, especially with Halloween. I'm done. So shout out to her. There was a lot of people online that thanked her, that thanked her for being the final girl in the movie, and how much she was awesome in the movie, if I can say that. You know what I mean? But Dan, did you watch the show?
Yes, and I regret it.
Really?
Yes, it was a dumpster fire. Absolute dumpster fire. 3 out of 10.
I give it 6.
Fast forward it to the final 20 minutes of the movie, then you might be satisfied. But other than that, stay away from it.
Yeah, I could agree, and to somewhat kind of degree. I feel like this movie could have been better. This one, however, I felt rushed. If it could have been like a couple more years, then yeah, it would have been awesome. It would have been great. But I feel like with this movie, it was rushed. A lot of people were complaining about it having, with the last one, have lack of story, have lack of whatever. It was more just kill, gore, comedy, kill, gore, whatever. However, and this one is more story-driven, is more story-based, and all that. So, my review on it is basically, I give it a 6 out of 10. Is it a little bit mediocre? Yeah, in a way it is. It's definitely underwhelming. So, with that being said, we're going to get away from that, because we're here. We got Micheal Tomsik from the Outlaw Talking Trash podcast. I almost fucked that up. Thank God I saved myself. We have the man himself. We're going to talk about some goddamn wrestling. Let's talk about the wrestling up in this bitch.
Well, you're talking about horror movies there, so let's talk. I mean, we might as well get to the main subject right away. But I before we get there, I brought this up because I brought up the most world championship reigns of all the champions. Before we talk about Bray Wyatt, I really want to talk about Roman Reigns. Because I just read an article about his schedule, posted it in my group, Talking Trash About Wrestling on Facebook. You guys, all your fans and stuff, want to check that out, you guys are more than welcome to join our Facebook group. We have a wrestling group called Talking Trash About Wrestling. It's on Facebook. You guys go to mtomsic.com to go there. But let's talk about championship reigns. Ric Flair, 16. John Cena, 16. Triple H, 14. Randy Orton, 14. Hulk Hogan, 12. Edge, 11, Sting, your guy you just met, 10, The Rock, 10, another person I want to bring up, Brock Lesnar, 8, The Undertaker, 7, Big Show, 7, and Bret Hart, 7. The reason I'm bringing up championship belts and title reigns is because will we see his return of John Cena, for one? The other one is I have a big problem with Roman Reigns. And it is about his schedule and about how the WWE is allowing him to just space out defending his championships. He's not even defending them. He didn't defend them at this last pay-per-view. He's got Logan Paul coming up. And then now I just saw on the schedule, he'll be at Survivor Series, probably in the War Games. But
they just canceled the War Games.
Right, they just canceled the first day pay-per-view also on WWE. So now they're only talking about having him like on October 31st, I think it was. And there was like one other date after that. I think it was like Survivor Series. And I just think WWE needs to find a way to take these titles off Roman Reigns if he's only going to be a part-time champion. Put the titles back on Raw and leave the SmackDown titles there. And have a full-time champion, because we don't need any more part-timers. Triple H is taking care of that.
Well,
it'll happen eventually.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna quote this from your podcast, because I was on your podcast, which, by the way, you can check them out on all podcast platforms. I'm messing up already, but I feel like if there's anybody who's gonna take out Roman Reigns and finally get the championship, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. Hands down, it's going to happen. I feel like get rid of the brand split. Okay? That will probably be your best option. Because as you're starting to see, Bloodlines and Raw, Bloodlines on SmackDown, You see, it's starting to become like whatever the case may be. Rey Mysterio this past Friday was on SmackDown. Now he's the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship against Gunther. So, I feel like they need to get away from the brand.
I don't think that's going to work out either, because how are they going to protect Rey Mysterio? What's going to stop Dominic in the Judgment Day coming over to SmackDown and smacking Rey Mysterio around?
Yeah. I mean, I can agree in that case. You know what I mean? I can definitely agree with that. But at the same token, I feel like Gunther Rey Mysterio is going to be a great match. Is it going to be hard hitting? Yep. It's going to be hard hitting. Next week, Rey Mysterio will come out saying he's retired.
Well, there's already a hashtag called #Pray for Ray.
But
yeah.
One of
the
issues with getting rid of the brand extension is Fox wants a champion on Fox SmackDown.
Right.
And you're essentially asking a wrestler to do 2 shows a week, which they're right now just doing 1 a show usually. So you're going to ask them to double their workload. So,
which is bad.
So you're I don't know. You're going to have a hard time. You're going to have to pay that wrestler more, most likely. Probably.
Yeah. The way how it's looking, Well,
I don't know if it's so much about the money, but I do know this is a fact. I reported this back on my podcast and through our group a while back ago. USA was really pressuring WWE to bring bring at least the WWE Championship back and possibly the Raw Championships. And this is why right now that you're seeing the big push on the US Championship and you're seeing a big push on the IC Championship, especially on the US Championship on Raw, because USA went to WWE and they said, hey, look, we don't have a title on Raw right now. Raw was always the flagship show, even though admittedly I will say that SmackDown's probably been better as of lately.
Right.
But WWE has always been Raw, has been the flagship. So, and USA, like I said, is just the pressure on WWE to at least bring the WWE Championship back to Raw. I think one of you guys, I don't remember which one, had the idea of the ladder match and them reaching up and splitting them, but then now they put Seth Rollins as the U.S. champion. So you still kind of got what you wanted. You got Seth Rollins as the U.S. champion, but you got Roman Reigns over here on SmackDown holding, all the titles. And like I said, I think the WWE fans out here, at least me, if I'm talking trash about the WWE right now, which I like to do, the one main thing I would tell Triple H, Triple H, I'm calling you out. Triple H, the Outlaw Michael Tomsik, definitely calling you out, buddy. You're messing up the titles. You're letting Roman Reigns be a part-time brand. Why do you really? I mean, and now I saw a little preview of Raw tonight, which looked actually, at least the Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley match, at least looked pretty interesting. But you got all these characters that you're bringing in and entertainers that you're bringing into WWE. The second problem I have with Triple H right now is you're bringing too many entertainers now. You're doing the same thing that AEW is doing. You're bringing too many entertainers. You don't have enough TV time. You don't have too many storylines going on. I mean, something's got to give somewhere.
Well, here's the thing, and I agree to somewhat. My thing is, Triple H is kind of calm down with bringing back every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Yeah. I think with Bray Wyatt, that should have been it right there. And we're gonna get to Bray Wyatt momentarily, but the fact that you mentioned you're gonna call out Triple H, Tony Khan is in Ohio, I believe, this week, right? If you can
Tony Khan, I'll meet you anywhere. I'll even meet you in the ring, Tony Khan. I will get in the ring for you.
See, we thought about making you a GoFundMe page. That way you can go out to Ohio, meet Tony Khan, give him a DDT or whatever the hell you want to give that man, because at this point, he needs it.
Yeah.
He needs something.
I give him definitely an Outlaw TDT, yeah.
Because Staggerly, or Crocker, he said on our group chat, he's like, hey, we should make Micheal a GoFundMe page. That way he can go out there and meet Tony Khan and beat the shit out of him. I was like, bro, I would definitely bet money on that. I would love to see that shit.
They're doing
Tony Khan, I'm calling you out. If you're watching this, you got a hell of a monster ahead of you. Just saying.
They're doing a meet and greet out there in Ohio, and I'm like, what kind of promoter's done a meet and greet? What, you never heard of
really?
Man doing a meet and greet?
So, we have this thing before we jump forward. We have this thing on the show where if I open up a drink, we call it the Omi Gusta Pop. So, Dan, we haven't done this in a while. So, if you kindly would, I think it's time to open up a drink.
Yes, come on, hit me with it, Daddy.
If I can get it open, let's see.
Oh, that's what she said.
Oh, that was weak.
Yeah,
you may have to out. You may have to add the sound effect on that one because that one was weak.
Go ahead and soundboard that one.
Okay. You're always just wanting something randomly.
Well, you gotta be on ready. You gotta be on point with that. Come on, dude. We got Michael Tomsik of all people. There you go.
Yes, he needs to be cracking some beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin there.
Well, I just meant you have a live.
What?
You have a live Dan there that can do it even.
Yeah, but you know, even when he's not there, we gotta do the Magusta thing because he's now officially part of the soundboard. Which, by the way, if you guys ever want to get the Omi Gusta sound, please message Joey Crocker via Facebook and he'll give it to you for free. Anyway. But yeah, so, yeah, exactly. Scissor me, daddy. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much how I feel about with Triple H's booking as of late. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that WWE's doing what it's doing right now. I'm happy that it's back to what it needs to be. It needs to be more story driven. You got guys like Bray Wyatt, for example, which we'll get to him in a minute, who has been gone since last year before. They're saying 2 years, but really he's been out for
about
only a year and a half.
It ain't been that long.
No, but it is what it is. But my thing is that you got a guy like him who comes back, gets the biggest pop in WWE currently. You know what I mean? He gets the biggest pop and all that stuff. I'm happy that he's freaking back, and I'm happy that Triple H is doing stuff. And now going forward, he's gonna be in big time storylines, especially with you mentioned Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. They're gonna be in the War Games match. Well, reports are saying that it's gonna be Bray or the Wyatt Six faction are going to be in the War Games match along with the Bloodline. So who knows what's going to happen between now and next month?
There's actually two stories on that, Nick. So if you follow and since we're going to go ahead and talk about Bray Wyatt, I agree with you. One of the biggest things that me and my co-host, Whispering Eagle, have been saying on our podcast for the last 3 months is bring back Bray Wyatt, bring back Braun Strowman. Now they've done that, but I liked what happened on SmackDown on Friday night with Bray Wyatt, where he came out and he was talking, to us as himself, not as a character, not as, he was like talking to us like, we're talking now.
Right.
And that was really awesome. Here's the problem I have, and another reason why I'll call Triple H out. I don't think they should go back down this road with The Fiend or with the Wyatt Six. I don't think they should go back down this road, and I'll tell you why. Because those type of characters only have a certain amount of time, then they expire. If that was not true, a character like The Fiend would have lasted a lot longer. And the thing about it is,
better.
If they kept Wyatt as coming out as holding the lantern, that would be totally something different. Now he came out to a new theme song. And you're right. The rumor is now I've heard two stories about this Wyatt Six. The two stories that I'm hearing, the rumor speculations that I'm hearing, the first one is that he'll have characters that play like the rabbit, play like the pig, play like the turkey vulture, play the mummy, and play the fiend. The second one that I've recently discovered, and I also put that on our Facebook group, was that he is going to be fighting himself, almost like his inner demons.
Yeah,
that's interesting. See, I didn't hear that.
Well, it's kind of like, and that I've heard that too. He's going to be kind of doing like a 3 faces of Foley, but it's going to be like 6 faces of Wyatt kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
If they're actually going to pull the trigger on that, that's going to be mighty interesting. You know what I mean?
Like, well, because like at the end of SmackDown, when he's cutting that emotional promo, and then all of a sudden you see that face, like, is that something internally in him that's telling him like, wait, pull it back?
Oh man, I was pissed. I was watching SmackDown that Friday night, and I remember going on the group chat. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Why they cut my shit?"
And when he defeats them, he can even pull off the mask, and you can have like his brother, maybe even his dad. You can have a return of IRS even.
Or they could have Undertaker and Kane, where Undertaker was dressed up as Kane, and Kane was dressed up like the Undertaker.
Well, the other rumors too is his true brother Bo Dallas, who's left WWE. I think about the same amount of time. I think is on a return too.
Yep.
Yes.
And then there was rumors about Liv Morgan maybe playing one of the parts. And then what do you do with Alexa Bliss though? Does she come back to play her character that she was playing? You got all these. And then with Bray Wyatt, I mean, are you going to come back and just make him do like I said, if you get involved in the Wyatt 6, or if you get in this other speculation where he's kind of like facing his own inner demons, where does that put him like in a title picture run? Where does that put him like going after? I mean, obviously he's got to go after Roman Reigns or whoever's holding those titles.
Right.
So I don't think they're going to like want him to really chase the IC title or the US championship.
No.
So you got to put him in that picture, and then you got, like I said, now you're getting too many entertainers involved, but you got so many people gunning for Roman Reigns. I mean, who's the best guy to step up to that? Is it Bray Wyatt?
Well, this is how I feel about it right now. I think it's really too soon to be already talking about him and Roman Reigns. I think that's way too soon.
Yeah, it's way too soon.
They need to let this character develop and develop and develop before they even remotely think about putting him in the title picture. He has, I don't want to say this because it's going to sound like I don't think he's confident to do it, because that's so untrue. I think he needs to stay away from the title picture as long as possible.
Yeah, I would agree. His past runs have not been great.
Because when he was a Fiend, I can say this, I was probably the biggest Fiend mark. But Nick can say that. Joey can say that. But I let that hype train run so high, and then when he lost the title to Goldberg, it deflated. It ruined him.
I think all that momentum that they had on the Fiend, because the Fiend was a monster at the marketing, selling masks here and there, selling T-shirts here and there. Like, dude was having a bigger merch sales than John Cena at one point. Not so much anymore, but at some point he was. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he goes in facing Goldberg, and it's like, well, why? That's completely stupid at this point. Like, why? Why you gotta? Why is this happening? So, nonetheless,
I mean, we saw the same with Kevin Owens get.
Another one that deserves a chance with the title again.
There's a rumor that Goldberg's going to return. Hopefully not.
If he does.
The rumor on that was he was going to face Omos at Crown Jewel, but I think that kind of got debunked.
Thank God.
On Monday Night Raw, because Omos came out and Braun Strowman was in the ring, so I think you might see Braun Strowman and Omos at Crown Jewel instead.
That's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to say.
Speaking of the OC, that also. They're going to. I mean, speaking of Crown Jewel, the OC is going to be on Crown Jewel now, which also means that the Never Open Heavyweight belt is dropped, because it's going to be the same day as Crown Jewel, unless they're flying directly out there to go to another event. All
right, Carl. So we want you to go wrestle at Crown Jewel. Have a great time. Have a good time. Go back to Japan. and lose the belt to whoever you face it. Come back to us after that, and you're in.
Hey, do you know who he's going to be dropping the Never Openweight Championship?
That's even if that even happens.
Yeah, I don't remember who. I don't pay enough attention to New Japan.
It's
at this point, I don't either.
It's probably going to be someone stupid like Toriano. So stupid.
Again, your guess is as good as mine because have all of us. You're the biggest in NJPW, Mark.
I fell off the map. I have.
Yeah,
it's been a while. I'll watch like Wrestle Kingdom, but you won't see me watching like Wrestling Don Taku. You know, Wrestle Kingdom. I will watch.
But yeah, so getting back to Bray Wyatt though, man. How do you like that theme song? I'm not gonna lie. So Code Orange debuted a new song called Shattered. Mind you, I did not understand a word that they were singing because I don't know if it was because of the crowd that was so hyped over him, over Bray Wyatt, or the guy had like, I don't know, like he was singing like he's the dude off of the Goonies, the one that goes, "Hey, you guys!" Like, I didn't understand it. You know what I mean?
Well, I kind of like that they changed theme songs a little bit, but yeah. If I was writing Bray Wyatt's story and it was me writing Bray Wyatt's story going back in WWE, I don't think I would go with this whole Wyatt 6. I definitely would not go with The Fiend again. No. Unfortunately, I know you two guys are probably big fans of The Fiend because of the horror thing and everything, but I just don't. I never saw it going anywhere. And on my podcast, on several occasions, I said it was going to end very badly, and I thought it did.
It did.
Like I said, with the character like The Fiend, you can only take it so far. I think WWE is making a big mistake in the fact that I love the fact that they let Bray Wyatt come back and be creative. I don't have a problem with that. Because, if he can come back and be creative, great. That would be really entertaining as far as, the entertainment part. But I think they really need to stick to the lantern because I think at Bray Wyatt's top peak, that was his best ever. And that's where he had the most fans at.
That was pretty much his biggest gimmick outside The Fiend.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the Eater of Worlds.
I was at that Raw that they did the whole choir around the ring singing. He's got, the whole world in his hands. And that's like one of my most memorable wrestling events that I've been to, even though it was just a Raw, just because it was so cool to see that happen.
You may have to excuse me on this one. I'm trying to get my mic arm back. Just trying to.
Well, another thing too, guys, is WWE. You got to think about this too. I know you guys. I've been watching WWE for quite a while.
Same.
Aging myself again, but anyway, the thing is like people like The Undertaker, Kane. A lot of these people. I was talking about it when DX came out. How these guys in their 50s, they're aging out of wrestling and entertainment, and WWE needs to find another problem I have with WWE is people constantly changing their characters. You get into a character like Roman Reigns has been the tribal chief for a while now. Though I may not like the persona of the tribal chief, I'll give it to Roman Reigns because he's stayed in this role. He's played it out. He's playing it out. That, I think, is something that the WWE is missing because so many of your entertainers just change their character. Like 6 months, I'm going to be this. 6 months, I'm going to be that. And I think the fans, like, the long kind of like storyline is lost.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of rebranding, I hate Baron Corbin's new brand so much. Yeah. I love the whole Happy Corbin. And now we got this just like.
So here's how I feel about this.
Looking Vegas.
Here's how I feel. Yes, if you're tuning in, guys. The mic arm is out of commission at this point because I'm getting tired of fighting with the damn thing.
That boy's got a mic now.
So I got a legitimate microphone. So now I sound like a ring announcer or like I'm cutting the promo. No, but on a serious note, I'm happy that JBL is back. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty much the saving grace of Baron Corbin at this point.
I don't even think he's back. I think he was just back tonight, just to kind of put him over.
You think so?
No, it said that he's going to be a regular on.
Yeah, he's going to be on Raw.
Really?
He's on Raw now. Him and JBL on Raw.
I am glad.
So they must have changed. They must have switched out. Are you texting? Are you really going to look it up and see if it's true?
No.
The thing about Baron Corbin is he's a perfect example of what I'm saying. I mean, I don't understand why Baron Corbin just didn't say Baron Corbin. He was a really good at Baron Corbin. I mean, granted, he lost the Money in the Bank and everything, but when he started switching to this down and out Corbin, bum Corbin, and it kind of really irritated me because I know so many people that are really down and out in America. It's another series that I do that's not involved in wrestling. And it really irritated me that WWE went that. And then they switched it to this Happy Corbin and everything like that.
Right.
As far as Baron Corbin, he's a great entertainer. But like with him, if you would find a good storyline for him and stick with it, then it would be okay. But they keep changing him, so nobody wants to follow anymore. Who cares what he does?
Well, it's like when he was in NXT. When he was in NXT, he had that badass intro, that badass theme song. You know, like he come out dun 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 like that, and he had like the whole like lights with it. He's walking in the dark, like he's like, "Oh, you're in a dark alley," shit like that, and he rarely spoke. Like it kind of gave me like a mix between Undertaker Dead Man and Undertaker American Badass. It was kind of like the two fused. Only thing missing was Baron Corbin coming out on a motorcycle. But I digress. The thing was, his time in NXT was fun. Until we turned heel and started talking, and it was like, okay, we get it now. It's okay, whatever. Then it's like what Joey said. You know, the Happy Corbin gimmick was actually over as hell. You know what I mean? That's probably his best gimmick. You know, outside of the superhuman gimmick that he had in NXT. You know, that's just how I feel. But I call him bum ass Corbin on here, and I will gladly call him that. I don't care if it looks like a mafia member. I don't care if it looks like Tony D'Angelo. I don't care if it looks like he's part of the Sopranos. But in my heart of hearts, that man will always be bum ass Corbin, even if he's with JBL. At this point, he's rich bum ass Corbin. That
jacket he's wearing reminds me of Ricochet's jacket. It's like he borrowed.
Oh, that is just it was, bro. It was so lame. And like we texted each other. I'm like, dude, what kind of jacket is this shit? Why is he running around with this crap on? Somebody needs in the backstage who made that outfit for that man needs to be fired. Because that is horrible.
And this theme song is just a generic Las Vegas theme song.
It sounds like a really bad...
It's with an Elvis impression over a Las Vegas theme.
I was about to say, it sounds like a really bad Elvis impression.
They probably just...
Yeah, I like your idea, Nick. I think Baron Corbin should do what you said. I think he should come down on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Nice biker outfit.
See what I mean?
A little bit of a biker outlaw there. Have some nice heavy metal music. Just go to the ring, kick some ass, get on his bike, and leave. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. Just come in on your bike, get off your bike, get in the ring, kick his ass, get out of the ring, and go home.
And not to mention the simple fact too, if you really think about it, when he had the End of Days theme song, when he went to SmackDown, he actually had music from the band Bad Wolves. Tommy Vex did the lyrics for the I Bring the Darkness.
Yeah, very great theme song.
That was a great fucking theme song.
Very good theme song.
Very fucking great theme song. And then like they did the King of the Ring version, which I thought was it's cool, but it's a stupid remix. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. One thing about theme songs, if Triple H is gonna bring anybody back, he should bring Jim Johnston back also.
Yes. That dude is the GOAT. 100%. 100% the GOAT. And it is hard for me to hold this mic. I'm trying to grab me a drink. Yes, but now I look like an actual...
Joey, I agree with you 200% on bringing in Jim Johnston, but what do you think the chances are?
Well, he's expressed that he wants to work, basically. He said he's not been contacted by AEW before.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'd be willing to go back. I don't know.
Either way,
WWE
I hope
the CFOs and all those other people that's made the music are never the same. It's just generic.
It's not. And then you got the ones that like all loopy, and it's just ridiculous at this point.
Well, since you brought that up, let me ask you guys this then, because this just happened, and I posted this in my group too, Outlaw Talking Trash on Facebook. So I saw a thing where there were several people in AEW, including, I think, who was it, Cesaro, or whatever he goes by in AEW. There's a few other people. I don't remember everybody's name that was involved in it, but they did a video and with some music and some black, and then they were talking about, and now there's a rumor and speculation about them returning to the WWE.
Well, who's it be?
I don't remember all the. I'd have to look back on my blog here, but or post. Let me see if I can go find it. But before I get there, I'll look here and see if I can find it. I wanted to bring this up too, since we're talking about titles and stuff. And I just saw this. I'm sitting here staring at it. We talked about it before too, as Austin Theory, and now there's a rumor. And I think this is a great idea about him putting up his Money in the Bank in a match against somebody.
Yeah, I think it'll be against Johnny Gargano, and I think it could be great.
Yeah. Because I don't know how y'all feel, but they need to get that Money in the Bank off a Theory. If he hasn't cashed in yet.
I do feel bad for Theory, though, because he was getting pushed like hell, and then Vince goes away, and that push goes...
Yeah. It's almost...
I have the perfect storyline for Austin Theory. I think, like I said, he should lose every match until the last day before his contract would expire. And then on that day, have him win it. Have him win the titles.
Man, that would be so fucked up.
And instead of having him cash in on the big belts, have him cash out on the 24/7 belt.
Y'all are so sad. That man needs to be a champion. That is a future world champion. Bro, and y'all are disrespecting this poor man.
I think he's a great entertainer, but I think his storyline went so wrong, and I think that's the problem now. The whole suck up to Vince McMahon, everything like that. Nobody liked that. He needs to change his storyline as well.
Right.
He should have gone more down the lines of the John Cena kind of copycat imitation.
Yeah.
Instead of going heel, because I just don't see him that way. If he would change a little bit, I think it would change. Anyway, you guys, I'll let you comment on that. But okay, Adam Cole was involved in it. Tyler Breeze, Claudio was involved in it. There was
Dirty Dango, or what's his name, Fandango?
Not Fandango. It was his partner, Tyler Breeze. I haven't seen Fandango in a really long time, though.
You ain't missing out. You ain't missing out. I promise you that. You ain't missing out because he sucks.
Yeah, he just returned to.
So what this article basically?
It was actually.
What this article basically said is it said it was that All Elite Wrestling and WWE. The Forbidden Door might be reopened or be ajar. I kind of have a little bit of that because if you guys don't know this and you're wrestling fans, Nick Khan, who is Tony Khan's brother, who owns AEW, Nick Khan is the minor CEO under Stephanie McMahon in WWE.
Right.
So it really surprises me a little bit that some more doors haven't been opened. However, I will say I think it would be really hard for Triple H because he's a pure WWE guy. But I don't know about bringing some of these guys back or maybe possibly doing. And this all came down because they do a thing with some online thing called Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah, it's not okay. Not to cut you off or anything. Up, Up, Down, Down is actually a YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's not like a source or anything like that. That is owned by Xavier Woods.
Right, and that's who put on this video, and that's where it's at.
Right. It's basically Xavier Woods playing video games and and all that shit. And you'll see like Adam Cole from time to time on there, Cesaro or Claudio. And you'll see Tyler Breeze.
And they were involved in G4, and that channel.
They were all
and that channel just got shut down again. So that's
I heard about that shit. That shit's crazy, bro. but yeah, it's just, whew. Yeah, it's a whole lot of shit. But yeah,
that's what we're all about, though. Spreading rumors, speculation, and doing some crazy stuff, some outlaw things too, right?
Yeah.
Gotta get them talking.
Well, people in the comments, don't just put yes, 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 or yes, they do. Well, yes, they do. I mean, that's from Kylie. Kylie, I hope you get better. Crazy Kane, go fuck yourself. No, I'm just joking. Hell no, he needs to go.
From the hospital, from the Outlaw, Michael Tomsik, I hope you get better too. Being outlaw in the hospital, kick ass, whatever you're doing in the hospital, kick whatever you're happening to you, just kick his butt.
She said she had a kidney, she has something going on with her kidneys, so she should be okay. I hope she's okay. So prayers to her, because she's been part of the show. She was actually on the show one time, and she was really fun. She was really fun to do the episode with. Definitely would like to have her back on the show sometime soon, or whenever she gets the chance, or whenever she's 100%. You know what I mean? But yeah. So anything else at this point, it is what it is.
Well, I have to ask you guys one other question. I would like to get each one of your opinions on this too, and this is something I've seen on my podcast too, on Outlaw Talking Trash. So what do you guys think? One of the problems I had with AEW, and my co-host Whispered Eagle have with AEW on our podcast, that we talk a lot about, is it's mostly faction wrestling. A lot of factions on AEW. It seems right now that WWE is also going a lot of factions, because we have a lot of people coming back. We had Gallows and Anderson just come back and join AJ Styles.
They look stupid, by the way.
And the rumor was they were going to New Japan Wrestling, so I was a little bit shocked to see them there. But love Gallows and Anderson. You know, then you got the Judgment Day, you got Damage Control, you got the Bloodline, you got Imperium, you got I know I'm missing some of them. You got
Wyatt 6. That's going to be a thing.
Wyatt
once
6,
that
possibly.
happens. Yeah. And don't forget, in NXT you got Schism. If you watch NXT, you got Schism, which is Joe Gacy and the Dyad.
Yeah, you got like Hit Row now, and then you got this new group that came back with Selena. By the way, I called that totally.
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy that Legado I can't say the name. Legado del Fantasma. There we go. I got it. I am happy that they are on the main roster. Here's the thing, though. You mentioned that Triple H is bringing back all these people, right? And I'm glad that you brought that up, because I was waiting. To cover this. I think so far, out of all the returns that Triple H has brought back, the weakest one is no doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, is Hit Row. I'm sorry. It's not the same without Swerve Strickland. It's not. Like, and you can tell, you can feel it. It's not the same, because he made that group. He made the group for what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like taking out.
It's like bringing back. It's like bringing back the NWO, but without Hollywood Hogan.
Or you know what I mean? Or at least Hogan or Nash. Yeah, you know.
Or better yet, just bring back Hogan and Nash and not Hall.
Well, how the hell would they bring back Hall? Dig up the body?
Well, before he died, dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Hulk
the thing.
Hogan or Kevin Nash would be able to step in the ring, to be real honest with you.
I'm actually going to be meeting Kevin Nash. It was confirmed that I'm going to get my ticket. I'm going to be going. I'm going to meet Kevin Nash. I'm laughing because Dan's face is just, it's priceless. I think he glitched out a little bit. I don't know what's going on with him. So he's got the most serious looking face.
He's got a pretty serious face there. We must have done something. What's going up there, Dan?
Oh, look, now he's back. Okay. There you go.
But yeah, I would say that WWE is way too reliant, and AEW is too reliant on tag team wrestling right now.
Yes.
They don't want to build up single storylines, so they're just going out to we'll put tag team matches over tag team matches over tag team matches. Let's fill it up with tag team matches on Raw.
Who is blowing up Discord? I can only imagine who's blowing up Discord. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw this damn mouse the way how I was acting right now. Oh Jesus Christ! So I gotta mute the server for right now because I'm trying to do this podcast and I got these people blowing up my freaking Discord. Anyway, but no, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having factions. I feel like there's nothing wrong to have too many factions. I mean, I can get what you're saying. AEW was bad for that when it first started. I mean, you had the Dark Order, you had the Elite, you had whatever they freaking have now, Inner Circle. They had the Pinnacle. They had all kinds of shit. It was like every other wrestler was part of a freaking stable. It's like it's WCW from '98. You know what I mean? Like it was ridiculous at this point. You know, some of them were jobber factions, like the Factory. That was nothing but a jobber faction. Yeah. Chaos Theory or the Chaos Project, which is a tag team. That was a jobber tag team. Like, yeah, I can see what you mean. But my thing is that with AEW now they kind of cut back on that. Now all you have is the Jericho Appreciation Society, the the Dark Order. I mean, and that's basically it. I mean, that's pretty much the only team to get talked about.
Well, we don't have the Elite.
Death Triangle.
We don't have the Elite right now because they're suspended.
well, yeah, we would have had the Elite, but you know. Some people like to throw chairs. Some people like to bite other people, but you know, it is what it is on that one. But real quick, as we winding down, because I know you had to be up early in the morning. Dan's got to be up early in the morning, and yours truly got to be up early in the morning. So with that being said, real quick as we wind down, Michael, this is the time where our guests would throw in their links, their social media. So without further ado, please take it away, bro. Tell us how.
All right, guys. Thank you again for having me on World of Kayfabe. I always call it World of Kayfabe. I think Nick's going to steal that from me. But you guys can look me up at mtomsik.com. It is TOMSIK.com is my main website. As Nick said earlier, though, you guys can pretty much, if you look up Outlaw Sports Entertainment, Outlaw Sports Radio, I have another one called Adventures with the Outlaw Michael Tomsik. I have quite a few different projects going. But the main page, again, is mtomsik.com. I always love talking wrestling, you guys. So the Facebook group, I would love everybody to join the Facebook group. I think like last time I looked, I only had like 363 people in there. I wish that would jack up more. I'm constantly, if you guys love posts from all over the place, every day I'm probably posting like 20, 30, 40 stories in there. I constantly am doing it every day because I like to keep you guys updated and all the stories and stuff like that. Besides that, we have a podcast also that we do every Wednesday called Outlaw Talking Trash. And you guys are more than welcome. Unfortunately, we do it a little bit different. We're not a live podcast. We do it in a studio and then it is released afterwards. So if you guys want to be a guest on our show, just give me a PM either through my Facebook or whatever, and we'll get your phone number and everything, and we'll get you connected through that way, and we'll get you on the show. We've had some really interesting people. I want to mention to you guys, too, you guys had, last time I was on, I had mentioned about possibly bringing a special guest on with me, and I'll talk to Nick later, but I have a friend named Doug Robar who owns Epic Pro Wrestling. It's actually based in Canada. So we'll have to get together and get a show where we can get him on Spike. He's the promoter and owner of that company. He was just having some open tryouts and stuff in Canada, which I don't know how that went, but it would be fun to find out. Anyway, guys, thank you for having me on the show again. It's always fun. And like I said, mtomsik.com, Outlaw Michael Tomsik, become an outlaw because you're wanted. Triple H, Tony Khan, I'm still calling your asses out.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ending this episode. I want to thank Michael for being a part of the show. Check him out at Outlaw Talking Trash Podcast. It's on every Wednesday. It's on like Neckbone. I was a guest on the show, and it was only fitting for him to be a part of the show as well. It only made more sense. Once again, check him out on all social media platforms. Check him out on his blog. Check him out on his podcast. What are you doing? Do it. By the way, before we wrap things up, I also want to bring up this little tidbit. We are at 92 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, this would not be possible. We are having the blast doing this type of stuff.
I'm going to ask everybody in my group, too, to subscribe to you guys. Everybody that follows me and everything, follow World of Kayfabe as well. I'd appreciate it, the Outlaw.
As I was saying, we are at 92 subscribers. Please check us out. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so please. Well, now we're at 93. Thank you, Kylie. We at 93 subscribers.
Woo!
We're getting there, baby. We're 7 more. 7 more. We're getting there. Please, if you like what you see, subscribe to our stuff, and make sure you tap that bell. That way you don't miss any of our content when we go live, whenever Dan has his little Dan play nonsense, or whenever he decides to go in a stupid zoo for some reason. You know what I mean? Check us out.
That zoo video's gotten like a bunch of views.
Yeah, really. Like of all things, me and David were talking about that. It's like how the episode me and Joey did had about 14 views when Dan's stupid little vlog that he went to the zoo has about God how many views or whatever.
It's got 48.
But anyway,
see how
it's the algorithm. But again, I want to thank Michael for being a part of the show. Dude, you're awesome to be a part of. Make sure if you ever want to stop by, let your boy know. Anyway, with that being said, this is the venomous one, Nick Venom, the dashing one, Dan the Man, and the Professor, Staggerly Crocker, and we are out of here.
Gentlemen, as you know, the Ultimate Warrior. Fuck it. It's publicly stated that. Damn it, who put that up? Is that $200 an hour?
That's all.
Oh, me gusta.